Hey guys, how are you? We are about to go live. I am getting Instagram, all of our channels up in a second. Going live on social media and having all these different channels is just such an interesting thing. Hold on. Okay, we're going to be starting soon. Give me a second. Okay, setting up my tripod. So many aspects of social media to have set up. Okay, cool. Go live. Okay, we're live. And I'm going to hit paste, post. Okay. Even though that is not my caption that I did. Okay, this is the actual caption that I was supposed to do. Oh my gosh, I'm like struggling tonight. Okay, cool. Pin comment. So many things to do. Okay, there you go. Now let's go over. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Lisa is in the car watching. Hey, guys, how are you? Okay, let's go live. Make sure everything. YouTube is up. Instagram is up. Okay, cool. We're about to go live on Facebook. Let's get Facebook up and popping. Okay, let's get YouTube is there. Oh, YouTube already have people tuning in. Hello. Let's get the page tuned in. Whoa. Okay, guys. We have 4 different platforms tuning in live tonight. So this is about to be really amazing. Oh gosh. So guys, hello. Are you guys ready for class on tonight? We're in the process of doing these free classes, these free business classes, and they have been so much fun. And I'm really feeling the love. You guys have been really loving them. I've been getting emails. Hello, Lorraine on YouTube. I've been getting so much feedback on how much you guys are loving classes. So I figured we're going to keep them going. So welcome. I've got my board here, new Amazon package. So as I'm talking, I'm going to be opening up this new Amazon package, which actually has, if you are a YouTube lover, okay, we have a new story time. I've been doing a story time for entrepreneurs. What was the first book we did? Oh, The Places You'll Go. So I think this is actually another book, which I'm not going to read on my YouTube tonight, but let's see what's inside. Yay! It's the new books I'm going to be reading on my YouTube channel. So guys, hello, come on in while I get my new Amazon packages out. I'm going to put this here. Okay, you guys ready for class? I'm just giving time for people to get in so that we can get started soon. So hello, get ready, get situated. I'm going to get myself situated in a second. Okay, got my package here, so we're good. Are you guys doing good tonight? I have so much energy. I took a little bit of a nap, not really, but a little bit. I am prepared. I got my Olivine. Guys, if you want to, let's say like you get, I don't know, you make me mad, and I'm like not talking to you. Go to the supermarket and find me one of these, and you just give it to me, and I promise you I will forgive you of any wrong that you ever done. Like, honestly, it's amazing. So this is this aloe water. I'm addicted to aloe water. And this is the mango. So this is what I'll be drinking while I teach you guys. Okay, you guys ready? So guess what we're talking about tonight? $100 business. So as you guys know, what do? We're going to get the board ready. I'm going to brighten up my screen here on Instagram. It's looking a little bit dim. Okay. So bam. Here we go, $100 business. This is what I said we were going to be talking about tonight. And guess what? This is what we're talking about tonight. So this is your first time watching me. You've never seen me before. You're like, who is this girl with this big hair? Okay, who is she? What is she talking about? So my name is Genesis Dorsey, and I am a platform coach. I call myself the platform coach, not just a. I am the platform coach. And so what that means is that I specialize in helping my tribe, which is all of you, build your platforms. Now, your platform could be your business. It could be your online ministry. It could be a movement that you have. It can be an organization. And so what I do is I help you to monetize and really be a good steward of those platforms, because platforms cost money. You've got things you got to do. You got people you want to help, cost money. And so the way that we make money is by offering products or services, or by maybe, you're a nonprofit. So you're building your tribe to basically gain donors. So what I teach usually throughout the weeks is different things. I talk about how to create products. I talk about how to build your tribe, how to gain followers. I talk about the mindset and the mentality behind being an entrepreneur. Whether you are a nonprofit founder or a for-profit founder, it's still considered a business, which means that you got to take really good care of that business. And so YouTube has become one of my favorite platforms. And so in my YouTube community, I did a video recently where I asked my YouTubers, my YouTube subbies, to tell me what were some things that they wanted to learn. And I had a few people comment on that video and say, Genesis, how do you build a business with not a lot of funds? How do I stretch my influence, stretch things that I'm doing? And let's say I don't have a lot of funds. What can I do? How can I maximize my little? So tonight, I'm going to be teaching you guys on how all I need is $100. That's all I need. All I need is $100 to get me started, okay? And so I'm going to teach you how you can build your platforms and being good stewards, maximizing your funds. And we're going to do it in under $100. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a review, because if you have not been joining us in our nightly classes that have been happening in the past couple of days, tisk. Okay, you have been missing out. But if you want to catch back up, all of my recent classes are on my YouTube channel, which is, you can just simply type in Genesis Dorsey. So guys, hello. We have Instagram tuning in. We have YouTube is coming out strong on tonight. Yes. We have my Facebook page, and we also have my personal Facebook. So hello to all 4 platforms. I could have had Periscope if I had my iPad charged, but I don't. So guys, are you ready? So we're going to go back over what we've been learning in the past couple of days on how to monetize with a small budget, and also on how to build a business. And so let me erase some of the things that we don't need. Okay. And I'm going to go back over what we've been learning. If you have been taking notes, awesome. If you haven't taken any notes, tisk. Okay, you should be taking notes. I want you to listen, guys, this is class. Okay, we're in class. So you should be taking notes. You should be applying everything that I'm teaching you, okay? So we're going to go back over here, okay? Hey, Miracle. Hey, guys. So we're going to go back over what we've been learning here in class. Again, as a refresher, hopefully you've been keeping up. If not, guess what? You're about to get the 411. Hey, oh my God. Hey, YouTube. Okay, we have Edna, who is 64 and retired. She says, hello to all. I am new to this. Okay, but guess what? Hey, girl. Hey, Edna. So, guys, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to quickly fill up the board with a refresher. Here's what I want you to do. Can you tell me your name and where you're from? We're just going to do a check-in. Just a quick roll call, because we're in class. We're in class. So just like we were in class, guess what we would do? A roll call. So tell me where you're from. Tell me your name. Tell me where you're from. Talk to everyone, because, guys, it's a whole bunch of us from all different platforms. So I want to see who's in the building. And while y'all are doing this, I'm going to fill up the board with some refreshers from class, okay? So y'all introduce yourselves while I do this, okay? Okay, let's get this show started. Okay. Hopefully you guys remember from previous class, but we'll see. Okay. Okay, let's see who's checked in. Let's see who's following instructions. Let's see who's was really viewing this as class. Now it's funny because it looks like my YouTube, my personal YouTube, they're not doing great. My personal YouTube, they don't, it seems like they don't like to follow instructions. No one's checking in, but you know what? Everyone else is. So let's see. Divine Touch on Instagram. Hey, Adrian from DC. Denise from Miami. Okay, dokie, Smokey. Okay. Let's look at my Facebook page. We have Noni. Oh, that's my girl. Okay, so Noni, I know her personally. Noni from Wilmington, Delaware. We have Katrina, who I know is from Houston. Okay, let's see who's on YouTube. YouTube always loves me. YouTube follows my love. I know that YouTube loves me. So YouTube, we have Lorraine from Ohio, Lila or Lila from Alabama, okay, L'Oreal from Chicagoland area, okay, Lynn from San Diego, we have Coco from Little Rock, Arkansas, Deborah from Ohio, Edna from Covington, Tennessee, and then we have Lisa, okay, she is from Nashville, but she's via St. Kitts, okay, then we have, I always get her name, I love you though, Dirthali, please let me know if I'm saying it right, Dirthali from Florida, let me know if I'm saying that right, okay, let's see if my personal Facebook friends are going, let's see if they're following instructions. Okay, there we go. Monica's from Raleigh, North Carolina. We got Miracle from Detroit, Lindsay from St. Louis and Atlanta. She rocks both. Then we have Keisha or Kashia, make sure I'm saying that right, from Minnesota. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. If I butcher your name, I'm sorry. You know I love you, right? Okay, so guys, let's get this party started. Tiffany from New York, Katrina from Spring, Texas. Okay, y'all. We have Tanya from the Bahamas. Dirthuli. Okay, Dirthuli. That's it right. Then Nikki from Atlanta. Are y'all ready for class? Yes. Okay, so you're ready for class. Here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want y'all to do. Drop some emojis. Drop some emojis. Let me get some emoji love. Let me know if y'all ready for class. And now look, my favorite emoji is fire. So if you drop fire, I know you're with me because that's my favorite emoji is fire. So you know what? How about y'all drop some fire? Because that's my thing. Drop some fire emojis in the comments if you're ready for class because that's how I know you with me, okay? I love fire. I love hands. I love dancing, okay? So drop some emojis because we're about to have a good time. I don't know what anyone else is doing in class. I don't know what anyone else is doing in their life today, but everybody should be tuning in to Gigi because we're about to talk about $100 business. So let me put the topic. You know, guys, and if you've been following me in class, right, we have been talking about me ordering some new markers. So I'm about to do that tonight before I forget, okay? And if someone wants to remind me, just say, Gigi, order some markers. You can DM me on Instagram. Basically, Gigi, don't forget to order some dry erase markers, okay? Just tell me that. You can email it to me, and I know that you love me. So we're going to get started. We're talking about $100 business, how to start a side hustle or how to expand your side hustle with little to no money. Let me tell you something. When you get started in business, you will be surprised what your creativity can do. So before we get started, though, we've got a refresh of what happened in previous classes. Everybody knows my baby, right? Y'all know the baby. We've been talking about this for the past couple of days. Your business is a baby. Yes. Your business is a baby. And remember, we view our businesses seriously. We don't view them as optional. We don't view them as, oh, maybe I can work on it, maybe not. We view them as a baby. And when you give birth to a baby, you can't treat it like it's optional. It's a baby. You've got to feed it. Now, remember, we got to remember, what do we feed our baby? You guys have to remember this. You got to get this to memory so that when you're working on your business, you can say to yourself, oh, wait, I got to feed my baby because my baby needs focus. Okay, that's the first thing. It needs focus. It needs focus. You've got to feed your baby. And that's the reason why we're all in class tonight, including myself. As I'm teaching, I'm going back and I'm instilling the same things that I'm teaching you. So guess what? I'm in class too. I'm in class right with you, okay? So guess what? I've got to feed my baby. I've got to feed my baby focus. But remember, focus does not mean I'm doing the same things and they're not working. Focus does not mean that I just stare at the ceiling and I just pray and hope that my business will grow, because you're also going to need that S word. Strategy. Now, my other S word that I love is sales, but you definitely got to have strategy. So focus is nothing without strategy. That's why you tune into my classes, my free trainings. Why? Because you don't just want to have a business. You need what? You need strategy. The other thing is you've got to have some fire. That's why we drop those fire emojis, because you've got to have some fire. You've got to have some fire to keep yourself going. Kind of like a fire, you know, you've got to make sure that you light the fire. You can have a ton of wood, or you got a ton of wood, but if you don't bring some heat to that wood, it doesn't matter how much you desire, you won't be more. We've got to make sure that we don't just get focused, but we got to have passion. What's going to keep you going when you don't feel like going on? Can you tell me? What's going to keep you grinding when other people don't want to show up or they don't want to support? What's going to keep you grinding when nobody's able to pick up the phone in the middle of the night and tell you you're doing a great job? Everything's going to get better. You know what? It'll only be too soon now. Things are about to turn around. Who's going to tell you those things? That's why you've got to have passion. So when we feed our baby these two things, focus and passion, we create the W word, which is wealth, okay? We want to build wealth. Now, that does not mean that we want to be a rich person that covets. We want to build wealth to bless others. I don't know about you, but there's something really special when I'm able, and I do this at least once a week, where I walk into a restaurant and I pay for a family's meal. Or I'll go out to, I remember one time I went to Waffle House. I love Waffle House. And I picked like 3 tables. It was like, one time it was like 3, one time it was 4. And I just picked random tables and say, you know, I'm going to pay their bill. I love it when I can go to someone who says, you know what, I really need to take this class, or, you know, I saw something online, I would love to get that book. And I'm able to say, how much is it? Let me pay for it. What's your cash app? And you know, it's funny because this Black Friday, this Cyber Monday, I spent time not just making money, but I also spent time buying things for other people who needed it. That's a great feeling. And to me, that's what it's all about. And so I'm not just doing what I'm doing just because I want to have a ton of money. I'm doing it so that I can not just build wealth for myself, but build wealth for others. You know, build wealth for the next generation. You may not be religious, you may not be a Christian, but in the Bible, there is a principle that says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, right? I want to make sure that when I leave this earth, that the earth is better than when I left it, and that my family, my children's children can say, Grandma left me a business. Grandma left me some assets. Grandma left me some real estate. Grandma left me a job so that in the case I get fired from the job that I'm working at, I can go on and run my own business. That's the kind of thing that we're looking to build, but it does take a lot of work. So we're going to start off with a beginning amount of money, which is $100. Here's the thing about $100, right? You can get $100. Okay, I think everybody has come along $100 at some point in their time, right? You've got $100. Maybe you can get $100. But again, someone on YouTube had the question, Gigi, I want to start a business, but I don't have a lot of money. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to build a strategy today, and we're going to split up these teachings into different videos, because there's no way I can give you a whole bunch of stuff in one night. So we're going to split them up into different videos. You'll get alerts when I go live. If you are watching on YouTube, I pray that you hit the notification button, okay? So you know when these videos go live. So the very first thing we're going to talk about today, okay, today is that we're going to be talking about making a platform, or making or creating some kind of way for you to take your skill set and to monetize that with just $100, okay? So the first thing is, what are you going to do? Right? If you want to turn $100 into $1,000, $5,000, my goal is that through the course of these videos, I'm going to teach you how to turn $100 into at least $5,000, okay? Into a consistent amount of money. But you've got to have a skill set. Now, I'm going to talk about some things that you may not like, and I may offend you. So I'm going to say this ahead of time. I may offend some of the things that you've already learned, maybe something that someone has already told you. I may give you some advice that you may not agree with. Listen, you take the meat, spit out the bones. Y'all got that? Okay. The first thing is that a lot of people want to make money doing what they love. Can I give y'all some things, some advice? Okay, let's start with the first principle. If you're taking notes, let's take notes. The first thing, here's the first rule. Money is everywhere. That's the first principle. Money is everywhere. Okay. I want you've got to get your mind around this so that you can start making some money. Okay. You may have a dream. Let's say that this is your dream. We're going to have this black heart. Okay, this is your dream. Okay. But in order for that dream to start to have a heartbeat, it needs some money. Okay. It has some expenses, some overhead that right now you just can't afford. So you need to be able to feed your real dream, the dream that you ultimately want to do, money. And so this is where the $100 hustle, in my opinion, can really help fund your other dreams. You may want to have a huge stationery planner business. But you're like, oh my gosh, I got the invoice. I saw the proposal. It's going to cost me a lot of money. I don't have that kind of money. So what am I going to do? Well, we're going to start a side hustle because money is everywhere. Okay, money's everywhere. Now, if you are watching from Instagram, guys, the camera does not flip it. So you're reading my board backwards. But I promise you just listen, you'll be able to win in life too. Okay, just listen. So the first thing is that money's everywhere. It may not be, your side hustle may not be something that you really love to do, but it can fund what you really love to do. Got it? So you've got to learn how to do the second thing. Lose your pride. Okay. If you're going to start making money using my principles, the first thing I need you to do is stop walking in pride. Let's stop thinking about something like, oh, I would never do that. It's just kind of too low. I would never, ever even think about doing that. I want to do my dream. I want to live in my dream. I want to walk in the biggest house and the fanciest cars. Okay. Well, guess what? To get to that level, it takes some money. Do you have the money? No. Okay. Well, then I think you need to be humble and let's start from the foundation. Okay. Which is this. You got to start with something that can give you, the third thing, immediate money. But I'm going to probably teach you something that you probably may not want to hear. Not just immediate money, but we need a higher return. In other words, we need a higher ROI. We need a higher return on the investment. So this is why, for instance, I don't suggest e-commerce stores as a side hustle. I don't. Unless it's something that you can sell and you know that there's an immediate return back on that thing, where if you put this out there, you're going to have enough time and hustle to make that work. Because here's what we're about to break out when it comes to side hustles and making money when you don't have a lot of money. Let's say we did do a t-shirt business. People think this. I'm about to really cut down a lot of myths that people have about side hustles, okay? We're living in an age where side hustles are becoming a thing, right? Like Lyft, Uber, all that kind of stuff. But you've got to figure out, what is this side hustle? What's the end goal of the side hustle? That's the first thing we ask ourselves, okay? So after we know money's everywhere, lose your pride, we got to find something that has immediate money. The first thing I got to figure out is, what is the end goal with this side hustle that I'm about to do, okay? Because before you do anything, the first thing you need to first understand is, for my side hustle, okay, what is the end goal of this side hustle? A lot of people think that Lyft and Uber are great side hustles. I think they are. But when you look at the ultimate amount of hours that you can put in every day, and you look at how much money you could ultimately make, you're going to have a capping area. There's a capping area with Lyft and Uber. It just is. There is a capping. Now, I'm not saying you don't do it. I think Lyft and Uber are great side hustles. But if I want to, let's say I'm trying to put a whole bunch of money. Let's say I need $100,000 to leave my job. Okay? I need more than Lyft and Uber. I'm going to need an additional skill set to bring more money in. That's what we have to look at. What is the side hustle for? See, if I say that, oh, I just need a side hustle to pay for my travel expenses in life, well, then I would do Lyft or Uber because, an extra 30, 40 grand, well, that's great for travel expenses. If you're like, oh, I just need a job to help pay for some extra bills, like an extra grand, I would do Lyft or Uber. I would do, Postmates and Amazon where they pay $18 an hour. Okay, I would do those things. But if we're saying something where you're like, I want to leave my job, or I want, let's say, not just want to leave my job, but let's say I want to do something where I need a certain amount of grand per month. Okay, now we got to start going deeper into what you're going to do. Okay, we've got to think about, okay, well, how much money do I really need to make per month? So let's say you decide to do t-shirts as a side hustle. Now remember, if you only have $100 budget, or you have a low budget, you probably don't have a large tribe. And so what I'm teaching is also based upon those who don't have tribes. Because if you don't have tribes, listen to me, if you do not have a tribe, I'm going to say it again, if you do not have a tribe, this is not the time for you to launch a side hustle that requires a large tribe to be profitable. In other words, you should not be selling something as a side hustle where you need large value. Let me tell you why a lot of t-shirt companies fail. You may not like it, but I'm about to school you. People think, again, that t-shirts are a great side hustle. They aren't. I'm going to tell you why. The only way to win in a e-commerce where it's a low-cost product that is, let's say it's below $50, okay, you've got to have the word, you've got to have the V word, value. In other words, you have to sell a lot in order to actually profit. If I sell a t-shirt that costs $20, okay, but it costs me $8 to make it, and then it costs me $4 to ship it, by the time I get done, 20 minus 12 is $8. Okay. And if I want to pay a bill in my life, or if I want to profit in life, and let's say, we're looking at $800 worth of expenses, you would have to sell 100 t-shirts a month just to hit $800. But here's the thing too. You've got to think about taxes. You got to think about whatever expenses you have for your t-shirt website per month. If you have to, use some kind of, let's say you have material expenses. We haven't even calculated that into what's going to be left when you get done. And so a lot of times we see immediate money. We're like, oh yeah, I sell a t-shirt, I get this much back. Okay, well, but how many of those do you have to push? And so if you're not doing influencer marketing, which guess what, that costs money. If you're not doing Facebook ads, well, guess what, that costs money. If you're not using automation tools, which guess what, that costs money, it's going to be hard. And so for me, t-shirt businesses are not $100 businesses. And see, people will sell you this idea. And that's the reason why for my e-commerce online course that I have, I go through such a step-by-step basis. And we actually have some more videos coming up on this where I show you this is not a low income business. T-shirts are not. Not if you want to win. They're not. There's too much struggle. Too much. So we want to find something that has low value. Okay. We love low value. Because if you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a huge tribe. You don't have time. You don't even have the money. You just can't. You're just not there yet. Okay. Now you're going to build it up over time, but we need something with low value, which means that we probably need to focus on skills. Skills are where the money is at. Okay? Skill set. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. Go on, do your thing. Go on, do your thing. But I promise you that your skill set is where your biggest payday is going to be. A lot of times we think that selling an item, okay, is where we will make the most money. No, selling your skills will make the most money. Why? Because a skill, okay, is not based on itemizations, usually of a price point, but of value. This is big. This is where strategy is going to be your best asset. Let's wipe this board. Okay, I'm going to take some notes. Okay, so I'm going to put over here. Okay, money is everywhere. Okay, lose your pride. Okay, what else? We want to go for a higher return on investment. What else? 4, we need to know what our end goal is. Okay, what's 5? We need to focus on low value. And then 6, we need to focus on our skills. Okay, so now I'm gonna wipe the board. Now that we have these notes laid out, let's keep on going. And if you're on Facebook, be sure to share this with someone who needs to see it, who needs to make some extra money, okay? Because I promise you, if they watch this during this holiday season, they're going to find a side hustle that can supplement. This can even pay for school tuition. Okay? You can go from $18 an hour, $15 an hour, $12 an hour to monetizing your skill set. Okay? Let's look at something. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but you guys, I'm sure, have read in the news. I believe it's General Electric, or is it a large company that's laying off a large amount of people, by 2020. So thousands of people are going to lose their jobs.
Okay. And so what we're seeing, and actually it's been talked about in many outlets, that what we're seeing in our world is that in a certain number of years, we're going to see a huge transition from people who are traditional employees to either being contractors, independent contractors, freelancers, basically people offering your skill sets, but not under a actual job corporation. In other words, they'll be basically marketing out their services to companies. Okay, there you go. General Motors. That's what it was. General Motors. So with this being said, we are living in an age where skills are becoming the commodity. Okay, of course, we're going to still be buying items. We're going to still be buying items. But when you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of money for inventory, which means that you really can't really do product. And drop shipping, even though it's a great idea and it's awesome, you have to sell a lot of volume in order to make your money once you look at expenses. So we're going to be focusing on making our money via our skills. Y'all got that? So the first thing I want you to do is you need to take a skill assessment. Now you need to ask yourself, what are you good at? Now don't lie. Because if you can't bake, don't kill the folks making cakes, okay? Okay? Keep that to the side, okay? Don't you cook. Don't kill nobody, okay? We don't need you baking if you don't know how to bake. If you don't know how to sew, don't make anyone any clothes. Don't make anyone any clothes, okay? We don't want anyone busting out at the seams, okay? Not me, not I, okay? If you don't know how to write, you failed AP English, you failed your grammar classes, when you took your SATs and your ACTs and you looked at, the number score, it was lower than your credit score, don't you dare become a copywriter for anybody, okay? Don't you edit papers on the campus, okay? All the kids gonna fail. All the kids gonna fail, okay? We don't want to do that to the babies, okay? We don't want to do that to the babies, okay? Then let's say, for instance, you're not good at cutting grass. Don't cut nobody's grass. Okay, don't cut nobody. Don't come near anybody's grass. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to find things that you're good at. Find things that you're good. Find things that people come back to you and ask, hey, could you do this for me? Hey, could you do that for me? But guess what I've also learned? Sometimes you can make money off of something that maybe you're not good at, but you can learn how to do it quick. Okay, you can learn how to pick up the skill. So this is why in my Bougie Santa, which I pray that a lot of you guys will be enrolling in, it's only $50, okay? You're going to learn how to have different side hustles that are based in skills. Okay, that's why Bougie Santa, that is the class. That is the class everyone, all of you need to enroll in, okay, to learn how to increase your skill set. But the point remains is that you've got to figure out what you're good at. But then here is the thing. Once I know what I'm good at, just like I taught, this is why actually all of our classes are actually foundational classes because they're building on each other. About 2 to 3 days ago, y'all remember the video we did, the class we did on having a signature offer? Well, that applies to a low income business. If you don't have a lot of money, you're going to pick a skill set, but you got to pick a focus, okay? And you're going to be the one-sided hustler, okay? Because here's what I want you to have. You need to have a hustler mindset. Hustler work ethic. Ooh, no, do not have a hustler mindset. Please don't. You're going to have a hustler work ethic with the CEO mindset. Those are two different things working together. I want you to have a hustler work ethic with a CEO mindset. Don't have a hustler mindset, but have a CEO mindset, but with a hustler work ethic. What does that mean? Because if you don't have a lot of money, you have to become well-known for one thing. You don't have time. You actually cannot afford. If you don't have a lot of money, you actually cannot afford to be distracted. I know they were crickets on that one, but it's the truth. If you're broke, you can't afford distraction. You can't. You literally cannot afford to be distracted. I find it shocking on how many people are broke yet are so distracted. I'm like, you must be rich. You must be faking it. That must be what it is. Because for you to be on Facebook for 5 hours talking about something that has nothing to do with your future, you must be rich. You know what? You wear those clothes just to distract us. It's a cover-up. It's a scheme. It must be, because you're so distracted. You're doing 20 things. Okay, no. Listen to me. The more broke you are, the more focus you need. Okay? Because what's happening is that you need to fill your coffers up. Okay? The rich and famous, they can go take a vacation for 2 weeks and not worry about the bank account. Because you know why? They focus enough to where they can afford a distraction every once in a while. They can afford to not focus on their bank account and what their account says. But us, Well, not me, but I'm including myself in this, okay? I've got focus. I don't know about y'all, but we need to have focus, okay? So I want you to focus on what will be that skill set. The second thing is you got to build up a price list. Now, when we say services, let me quickly define what I mean by services, because some of you guys are going to watch this video, then you're going to go tell your spouses and your family, oh, I watched Gigi, and Gigi said, listen, Linda. Listen, Linda good. Don't you dare run my name out here in these streets and you have not gone out here and correctly picked up a side hustle. Let's qualify before we do this price list what a good side hustle is. Remember, a good side hustle is something that, number one, you're good at, or you can quickly pick up the skill and use it. The second thing is that this must be a skill set that it can return a good amount of income. You should not be out here doing papers for $5. You should not be out here doing logos for $50 or even $100. I know some of y'all think y'all hustlers making a lot of money. No, you're not. Okay, so no, we're not going to do that. Okay, you're not going to cheapen yourself. Okay, I am not here to help you become a cheap side hustler. I am here to build up people who want to become wealthy side hustlers that you can make some real revenue in. And this is the reason why if you come into watching these videos with a low mindset of, oh yeah, I'm a hustle out here, I'm going to charge $5, I'm going to charge $10, I'm going to charge $20. No, you're not. If you're going to do that, go get a job. This is the thing. We're looking to do something where you make more than what you already make if you work for someone else. Make sense? Okay. So if I can work for Amazon for $18, I'm not going to charge lower than $18 because I already make that working at a job, right? Okay. So if you work at Burger King for $20, if you work at Burger King for $20, you must be a manager. Well, you need to be making a minimum of $20. Okay. So we're looking for hustles that are high enough, okay, to pay us, okay, a good amount. Does that make sense? Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So then you're going to build a price list. Now, when you build this price list, this is big, okay? We're not looking to compete with people who don't know their worth. So we're not going to look on Instagram to figure out how much to charge, because that's not a good place to look, okay? You want to figure out how much people are charging in your area, okay? Now, depending upon your skill set, it may be a physical in-person skill set, or it can be a virtual skill set. Let's say you are really great at babysitting, okay? Let's say you have a teenager or you're a mom, a grandmother, and you are the queen of babysitting, okay? You know how to make a child go from the devil to an angel in 5 minutes, okay? Guess what? That's a skill set. Listen, you need to come over to my house, okay? You come over to my house and my nephew. But the point is that, okay, let's say you're great at babysitting. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out, let's say, okay, I can babysit and let's say I do an hourly rate, or let's say I do a monthly package. Okay. Now we're going to get strategic about how we offer our services, because we know that, number one, I can offer them per hour, let's say per job, but I can also offer them at a monthly rate. What does that do for me? I can probably have a higher return. And then on top of that, I can also develop maybe a consistent client every month, okay? So the first thing I want you to do when you establish your price list is to do two types of prices, okay? Where either it's hourly or per job, okay? Now, if you're in the writing business, maybe it's a per minute. Let's say you do, ghost writing or per page, whatever. Well, it should be a per something, okay? So it's gonna be per something. Then the other one is we want to do a monthly rate. So like, let's say I cut grass or I do landscaping, I can offer a per price job, or I can offer, hey, for the whole month, I'll maintain your lawn for the entire month, okay? So that way you have two options to pitch for people. Does that make sense? You guys got that? Okay. So again, if you're watching, we're talking about the $100 business, but we're talking about how to have a really nice $100 business, okay? So within the skill assessment, once I know what it is that I want to do, so this is the what, this is the money, okay? Now let's talk about clients. Where am I going to go get them? Now, the reason why I'm big into a high ROI, which equals return on investment, is because I don't want you guys slaving to make the money. This is why I want you to have a hustle work ethic, but you got to have a CEO mindset. A CEO mindset means that how do I maximize my energy but not burn myself out? Because I don't want you guys to have this whole persona of I'm booked, but I'm broke. You know, people like that, where they have coaching calls every day. Like, I've met so many coaching clients. There's so many coaches. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm booked. I'm like, oh, okay. How much are your sessions? Oh, $20. Oh, $50. That's why you're booked. It's not because, that may not be because you're great. It may be because you're cheap. So I'm not saying that people are cheap if they charge that, because I've done like discounted things as well, but they were discounted. You know, I did them as a favor, but that was my regular rates, you know? So this is where, you know, you can't be like everybody else. Okay. I want you to be where you're somebody where, you know, you are focusing on being that person that's giving great services at great prices. Okay. So Tanisha, she has a great tip. She's on the monthly. They can do an automatic draft and give a 5 or 10% discount for being on the monthly versus pay as you go. Right. So this is what we're talking about, where we're offering, again, two types of offerings to do what? To offer different ways that people can become your client. Okay, so let's keep on going. Let's talk about how to get your clients. Remember, what we're selling are not cheap products. Okay, so we're not doing $10, $20 products. We're not doing that, guys. We're focusing on a skill set. Okay, when it comes to getting clients, this is where the hustler work ethic has to come into play. Okay, if I'm going to develop sales, okay, if I'm going to focus on sales within a skill set, or let's say you do sell. Now, here's the thing. If you do sell products, they have to be higher priced products that have healthy margins. If you do want to sell products, they must have healthy margins. In other words, where it's worth it to sell it. If I am charging someone $70, but it costs me $40 to get it to them, that's not a healthy enough margin, to be honest. I'll be honest. This is definitely not healthy enough. Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm charging something that has great margins. Okay, margins, that's important. Margins, okay, because I don't want you struggling. So when it comes to getting clients, you have 3 ways to get them: social media, in person, online networks. And I'm going to define what those are. I'm going to be honest. If you are really hungry for sales, in person may be the best way to close some instant deals, because you know people, there are people live in your neighborhood, people live, you know, if you go to an organization or if you're around a lot of people, you need to do the first thing that we're going to spend our $100 on. Y'all ready? Business cards. Now you may say they're not worth anything. Not when I get done with them, they're going to be worth so much more. Here's what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to spend our money on is a business card. Okay? Usually this is going to cost around $10. If you get them one-sided, you can get a pack for like $10 from Vistaprint, Office Max, Staples, okay? We're going to get a business card, okay? Okay? This is important. You actually don't need a website yet to make money. I do believe in websites. I'm huge on websites, and we're going to get to that part. But the first thing you really need is a business card, okay? Especially for in person, because you're going to learn how to hustle the heck out of this world. And when I say hustle, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean we're grinding, honey, for this money, okay? So you're going to need a business card. The second thing you're going to need is a phone number. You need a phone. You're going to need a phone. If you don't have a phone, you need to have a phone. You're going to need to have a phone. Okay, so you definitely need a phone number. If you have access to internet, you can also do Google Voice. Google Voice is free. Google Voice. It's by Google. It is a free phone line that you can get, and you can you pick a free phone number. It also includes text messages. As long as you have access to the internet, you'll be just fine. And that can be the phone number that people call to either talk to you about services, to book a service, they can also text it if they want to place an order. But it's a great way to, get in line, get in touch with your customers. You can also call them back from your Gmail. The great thing to do is to have a Gmail and then use Google Voice, because that way you can actually call them from your inbox if you have, internet on your computers, things like that. So that's the next thing we're going to need. We're going to need an email address. Okay. Listen, when you have $100, people say, well, just get a domain, get a website, get all that. Listen, no, I'm about to show you how on $100 for an entire year, okay, no monthly expenses. I'm going to show you how it does not take everything to get started. Now, as you go, yeah, you're going to need to get these things. But guess what? When I got started, y'all, I had a Gmail. I know people want to say, guess what? It's unprofessional to have a Gmail account. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, when you're hungry, you got to put money on the table, food on the table, gas in your tank. A Gmail is not going to burn the world down. Okay, I know this may be, oh my gosh, this is not business. This is not great business advice. We're talking about starting a $100 business, first of all, okay? We're not talking about starting a huge financial corporation. We're not talking about how to start $1 million company right now. We're talking about how do you start a $100 business. So for everyone who wants to be bougie and all that kind of stuff, this is not the time. This is the time for you to be humble and start from some beginnings, okay? Because when you don't have money to pay monthly costs for a Squarespace site or monthly costs, first of all, you don't have that. We're talking about how you start with $100 and that's it. Okay, so this is the reason why I'm not going to be recommending certain things. You may say, well, you can use that. I'm going with the hustle, work ethic, CEO mindset, because what we're doing is this is a building block business. Okay, this is a side hustle business. Okay, so anyway, you need an email address. Get a Gmail. Yeah, get a Gmail. Don't listen, get a Gmail. But make sure the Gmail is a business name or like a really cool phrase that goes with your business. It can be a tagline. It can be the name of your little business you want to name it. Okay, it can be your full name. It could be, hello Audrey Banks. I just made that name up. Hello, Audrey Banks at gmail.com. It could be Audrey Banks. It could be, Audrey the Baker. Let's say you bake food, Audrey the Baker at gmail.com. Okay, so whatever it may be, that's what we're going to name it. But we're not going to be somebody who's going to be out here in these streets, okay, trying to be somebody and we only have $100, okay? So we're going to get an email address, preferably a Gmail, okay? And if somebody tells you you're not professional because you use Gmail, okay, well then give me money then, because since you're the one who has the professional advice, give me $100 so I can go get one. Whenever somebody tells you while you're building this business that you're not professional because you don't have a domain. Okay, give me money for a domain. Well, if you don't have money for a domain, you only need to get started. Okay, well, since you have critiques, give me money. Help me. If someone's not gonna help you, they're gonna give you give you a judgment. Okay, give me money then. That's like when men tell me certain things. I say, okay, well, pay for it then. Okay, you don't like my figure? Okay, give me money. You're not gonna give me money for me to change it? Okay, well then you go and walk on your way. When somebody tells you they don't like your hair, okay, pay for my next hairstyle then. You've got to learn how to rock with what you got, okay? And be confident in what you got. You guys got that? Because you're here to take care of your family, take care of what things that you need to take care of. We're not going to worry about other people, okay? So we're going to get a business card. We're going to get a Google Voice number, a phone number to put on the card, okay? We're going to get the email address from Gmail to put on the card. And then guess what else needs to really go on the card? What it is that you do, your skill set, okay? So I'm going to do my name, my skill set, okay? I'm going to give them my phone number and my email address, okay? If you want to have social media accounts, which is a great way to kind of show behind the scenes for your business, okay, let's do that. So, because social media is free, okay? The two that I recommend are Instagram and Facebook. But guess what? If you don't have time to manage two, just pick one. If you just want to have an Instagram, just pick Instagram. If you just want to do Facebook, just pick a Facebook. But we're not going to be out here, like trying to build a huge business. Remember, this is a side hustle. We're not here to build whole bunch, we try to keep it simple. So just pick one platform or two. My recommendation, just pick one if you don't really have that much time to manage a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. So we're going to do social media. The other thing that we're going to do is we are going to need some kind of website, but we're going to do a free website because we don't have time to do a domain. We do not have time to do, we got to keep this really simple, okay? And for me, I want you guys to be focused on being sellers first, okay? Sellers first. Because I remember when I got started in my graphic design business, I didn't have all this fancy stuff that people had, but I was making money, honey. I was busting my butt making money. So this is why I'm not going to, use all these things, right? They're gonna swamp me down. Okay. So with Tanisha just gave a tip for her. She said she started a digital card and used Google Drive with a bit.ly link to it. So that's what she did. Okay. So it was a digital card and she used Google Drive to link to it. Okay. That's a great idea. So what we're going to do is with the website, I actually like that idea. With the website, actually, that's a good idea. With the website, what free platforms can you use to build a quick website? About.me. Great place. About.me. It's a great, it's like a personal website that you can build where you can put your photo on it, you can put your services, you can put how people can contact you. And you can put that as your website on your card. It's literally, I'm trying to tell y'all, take advantage of this free stuff, okay? It's awesome, okay? About.me. Guess what else? Google, I'm not sure you guys I'm not sure you guys know this, but Google has just really launched. It's great. If you have a Google business, right, you can actually put your business online on Google. If you have a physical property or you have an online business, Google actually has something called Google Sites, where you can actually build a website on Google for free. So go to Google. Google's a great place where you can do a free website, okay? And you can put your information up there, okay? So about.me, Google. Remember, what we're looking to do for this $100 business is how do we maximize so we can monetize? All you need is, listen, you don't even need a domain. You don't need a professional email. I know people say, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Is she really saying this? Yes, I am. Because so many people tell me that you need all this stuff to make money. And I'm just like, but I know a whole bunch of people who make way more than you do. And all they have is a Gmail. Meanwhile, you have the fancy website, you have the headshots, all this stuff, and you don't even make as much money as I do. What's happening? What's going on? It's because they're more focused on looking good than stacking and putting money into that treasury. Okay. While you're focused on looking good, okay, somebody else is at the very bottom of life, at the garbage can of life, and they're saying, look, I don't need to have the 5-piece suit. I just need to get in the room and sell what the product that I have. You've got to learn how to be that person that is focused on being the best that you can be and maximizing moments. Okay. A great hustler can maximize a moment. They're not waiting for the other person to get perfect and look all right. They're saying, listen, my name is so-and-so. This is what I can do. I'm about to change your life. Let me tell you why. They're not, and guess what they're going to give? They may give them a Gmail. And guess what that customer is going to do? They're going to send an email right to their Gmail. And the person in the Gmail is going to say, hey, I'm ready to do business. Let's get on the phone. Call my number. And guess what? It can be a Google Voice number. Okay, they're going to get on the phone and say, listen, I had an awesome time talking to you about this product or service. I really believe that I can give you exactly what it is that you need. I am the best, right? You guys know my pitch, right? I'm the best. I'm the very best, right? You've got to give that confidence. I'm the best. I'm the very best. I am exactly what you need. And here's what I'm going to do for you. Bam, 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 boom. Lay out what it is that you're going to do based upon their need. Close the deal. Give them what they need. Bam, you got money. Oh, Genesis, but it's so hard. I don't think I can do it. What? The reason why you can't do it is because you don't believe in yourself. This kind of stuff, listen, what does it cost you to walk across the street and talk to somebody at the supermarket? What does it cost you to see somebody and you feel, you know what, I would love to give them a business card at the gas station. Some of you talk about how you want to become millionaires, you want to become well-known, all this kind of stuff, you want to make money. You don't have to be a big shot online, okay, to walk across the street, give somebody your information, okay, and close the deal. Okay, it doesn't take all that. So let's get into making this money, honey, shall we? Okay, because what are we focused on doing? We're not going to be focused on doing low margin products. Okay, you can make money. Listen to me. This is why I tell people I get so many inquiries about drop shipping, e-commerce. It's a great business, but it's not going to give you tons of thousands per month unless you have high value. So especially in a $100 business, now if you got several thousand coming through, yeah, you can make that work. But if not, y'all, we need to do some better skill sets that have better margins. So let's talk about We talked about clients, we talked about in-person social media, online networks, okay, online networks, Craigslist, okay, Eventbrite. I mean, you could be searching in so many different places to find people who may need what it is that you do. You can search on places like Indeed.com. You can find employers who are looking for individuals that have a certain skill set. And if you can match that skill set and come as a private contractor, as an independent contractor, you can close a deal with them. If you see somebody who needs a social media manager and you do social media management, but you're not really looking to be an employee, if you got the guts, you can sell them. I mean, that's if you have the guts. I'm not sure if you but if you got the guts, you could do that. If you see somebody out there that is looking for, all sorts of things. Looking for somebody, I don't know. There's so many things out here, but you've got to search for that stuff, right? So I would go on Eventbrite. I would find different events that people are doing that are free and get in the room and maximize those free networking events, okay? Grab a little bit of juice and a cookie and start working the room with your business card, okay? And whenever you walk into a room, remember, you always set a sales goal if the purpose of the networking event that you're going to is sales. Not every networking event that I go to is like hardcore sales. Some events I go to, I am just there to meet people and create relationships. That a lot of times actually ends up becoming a deal. There are some other ones where I know that the room I'm in, and this may be offensive to say, but I'm just going to say the truth. You ever walk into a room and the people that were in the room, you kind of felt like they weren't your key clientele? They really weren't it. They may not be your key clientele. Well, that may be a great place to maybe pitch yourself to maybe people that they may know who may be key clienteles. Or sometimes you'll be in a room and you'll say, you know what? All these people need to be my clients because all this looks like a hot mess. Well, guess what? You go over there and you pitch yourself. So sometimes when I go into a room, I'll say, you know what? My goal is to meet 10 people and to create a connection. And I'm going to go home and I'm going to follow up with that connection. Okay. So that's a great thing to do. The other thing about online networks is to think about some skill places like, oh my gosh, my mind's going to a blank. I had a list, but places like what's the place that does I used to use them. I forgot, y'all. I posted when I get it on Facebook or Instagram. But there are sites that do like Fiverr, for instance, like Fiverr. But I wouldn't do Fiverr. I would do Fiverr Pro. Fiverr now has a new level where they don't start out at $5 a month. They start out at a much higher level. So these are like pro level people. That's a great place to start. There are also places online that are looking for not employees but contractor work. You can definitely go through. If you want to do private contractor bids and you actually have a legal business that is incorporated and you want to go after some private contracting bids, you sure can. Look for your county, look for county information, see if you can slide into those things, listen, and get a private contracting deal, okay, from the state, okay, or from the county. So these are great places that you can start. There's a lot of information now on working with the government for private contracting. So learn what you need to do to get those bids, to get yourself to be able to bid for certain things and go and slide and get that government money, okay? So let's talk about what skill sets that you can do. Ones that I suggest, okay, because there are ones that I do suggest over others because you need to be humble, okay? The first thing I want you guys to think about is what are things that you have been previously hired for? Look at your job or your resume history. If there are things that you used to get paid for at your job, okay, like I know people who did project management. Okay, can you offer project management to other people? Okay, if you've done everything, let's say you were an administrative assistant, can you do administrative assistant services for churches or for organizations where they need all the help they can get, and they may not be able to pay you $10,000 a month, but they can you can sign them on as clients for a particular amount of hours per month. Okay, like I said before, if you're a babysitter, if you've raised a ton of kids and you have that expertise, so look at your previous job resume history. Okay, the second thing is creative services. Okay, things like graphic design and web design. These are great. Woo! This is what made me all my money. But I was good though. You got to be good, y'all. You know, if you can't draw, if you're colorblind, don't do graphic design. Don't do it. You'll be putting red next to brown with a dash of turquoise and a little bit of yellow. And then folks gonna be like, "What is that?" And you're gonna be like, "It's a masterpiece." They're gonna be like, "No, get out of here." So, make sure you aren't colorblind. Make sure you know how your eyes. Make sure your eyes don't go 5 different ways. Okay, but graphic and web design is a great thing that really changed. It made me so much money, y'all. It's great, but you do have to learn. So one thing I recommend is looking on YouTube or going to online. You could just type in Coursera. Coursera is a great place to find free classes and learn WordPress, learn coding. There are awesome free tools online that will teach you CSS, Python, JavaScript, all the coding things. You can learn HTML, and you guys can learn these skill sets for pretty much free. And then there are even boot camps that they'll pay you because they need more coders. So if you want to be in that graphic web design or a developer, you want to be a web developer, you can learn it. It does take a lot of time, but if you put in the time, you can make some money, okay? The other thing that I would suggest, other areas are things like administrative services. You can also do things like cleaning services. Oh my God. Cleaning services are such a great business. The problem is that a lot of people are not strategic in how they sell it. So you do got to come very professional in that, but you really have to learn on how to, market yourself well. A lot of people when they like, yeah, I got a cleaning service. Oh my God, it's not gonna work. So we really want to make sure, that we're presenting ourselves in the best light. So you're presenting yourselves confidently, okay, and with excitement about about the things that you do. So I really suggest, cleaning, administrative work, administrative services. Okay. What else are like babysitting? Babysitting is a great side hustle. But when we talk about babysitting, though, I just want to be mindful of this. We are not talking about where you become a babysitter for $10 an hour. Okay. That is, that's not going to cut it. Okay. So I want you to make sure that you're someone who is really positioning yourself as you could be a premium babysitter, right? Like you could be the babysitters that are in the same communities that au pairs are, au pairs. So usually they're the ones that, I remember when I went to private school and I was in, elementary, middle school, everybody had a nanny. Everybody had a nanny. I didn't have a nanny, but everyone else had a nanny. My parents didn't believe in nannies, okay? They were like, no, we are raising you, okay? So you could be in those neighborhoods. You got to learn how to pitch yourself in those positions so that, you can be charged some great price points, right? Some great price points. So remember, we're not looking to be basic people. Premium skill sets, okay? Premium skill sets. Same thing in cleaning and administrative services. I believe someone said that marketing is key. This is why, too, sometimes you got to use all your money for marketing, honestly. Like I was talking to a client who didn't have a lot of money. She didn't have a good amount, but not a lot. And I said, you need to do direct mailers. And it transformed her business because she was actually in the cleaning, but more like commercial industrial. And she sent direct mailers to particular neighborhoods where more affluent people lived who, were owners of certain companies. And she actually secured several deals by, again, getting them on the phone and selling them the product. Selling the service that she had. So like I said before, you want to find things that are highly marketable and highly profitable in the return on the investment. Y'all got that? So that's what we're looking for. And the thing is, I don't have the full list. Like you may say, well, Genesis, what would you recommend? I've been on websites that have like the 100 side hustles you can start. And when you look at them, only about 10 of them are really profitable. The rest of them are trash. So you've got to really think to yourself, what is it that is a good skill that I know is an immediate need? Listen to me, an immediate need in the industry. I'm going to say it again. An immediate need. It may not be a need that I prefer, right? But you've got to be humble. It may not be one that you prefer, but right now we're stacking money to put into the dream down the road. Okay, so I'm going to pick a side hustle that is going to be something that I can pick, something, this can be where I feel like it's worth my time. And when I get done, I'm not like, oh my God, I'm slaving. But you know what, man, this is paying off, right? If you want to pay off debts, listen to me. Here. Okay. Great idea. So we are done with tonight. We have more coming in the next couple of days because the next thing, she said, BAM is a masterpiece. One of the things that we're going to move on to talk about in our next couple of videos are how to market with no money. Okay, we're going to talk about how to market with no money because we talked about websites and business cards, but I'm going to also talk about a little more about how to actually market in some very low cost ways that will be a great payoff. Okay, a great payoff. So guys, if you've enjoyed the video, be sure to leave in the comment section what you've enjoyed, what's something that you've learned, or what's something that you want to learn next. Maybe there's something that you're like, Gigi, I love this class, but you know what? Here's something else I want to learn. Tell me what else you want to learn, and we're going to make sure that it's put into the list. We have a growth, especially on YouTube, my YouTube community, my YouTube subbies. Let me tell you something, they are bringing the heat. They're like, Gigi, I want to learn this. I'm like, okay, all 50 things. Okay. So I'm breaking it out. I'm breaking them out into pieces. So let me know of some things that you want to learn next. I know some people want to learn on how to maximize social media. We talked about product development. We talked about journals. I know people want to learn about journals. People want to learn about Gigi, how to start my journal business, how to start my dropshipping business, my t-shirt business, right? But what we have learned in tonight's class is that e-commerce, y'all, I love it, but it's not $100 business. Okay? Drop shipping, it's not $100 business. Well, you need some money for that. Okay. You need to make sure. Okay. She said during that. Yes, we only spent $10 so far. Okay. We've only spent $10 so far. Okay. Facebook ads. Oh, I have somebody coming for Facebook ads. Matter of fact, and she emailed me tonight. We have a woman who's going to become our Facebook ad expert over here at GenesisDorsey.com. We also have a copywriting expert who's coming on, who's going to be over here. We also have a project management expert coming on. So guys, I'm really excited because it's not going to just be me that you're going to be seeing in the next couple of weeks as we go into January of 2019. You will actually be seeing people going live on my platform who are experts from other industries. And so I'm really excited because this brand is becoming something that's not going to just be me, but other people offering expertise to help you guys grow. So tonight we only spent so far $10. Just $10. So we have what, $90 more to go, right? So right now we're at the $100 business. So now I guess we're going to go to next, the $90 business. I've already mapped out how much we're going to spend. And so tomorrow is going to be a $90 business. Okay. And then we're going to keep on going down until we're going to be down to a $0 business. Because by the time we get to zero, you already have everything you need. Okay, so let me just see what people are saying on here. Journals, I cannot wait for that. I'm excited about journals. I have a lot of things we need to talk about with journals, y'all. A lot. Because a lot of you, especially on YouTube, are missing what you need. And I don't want to talk about it yet because I need to do it in a separate video. But there's some things that I need y'all to get and make in these journals, okay? Because I'm getting emails and I think some people are missing some key points. Okay, Lindsay Walker, I want to learn how to get more email subscribers, how to consistently sell digital products, etc. Let me leave you guys with this tip that I gave to my coaching client, my 8 o'clock coaching client that I had before I spent time with you guys on here. I'm trying to think of the best way to kind of organize this in my thought process. One of the best ways to get email subscribers and to get, honestly, a larger tribe is to bring the heat. And let me describe this real quick before we leave, because I think this is a great question. Y'all, my baby's head's been wiped out. Let me redraw the baby, because the baby needs to stay here, okay? The baby needs to stay here. Okay, on this little cute little body. Y'all see our baby? I gave him a onesie. He looks cuter now, even though he looks like a blob of a marshmallow, but he's still cute. Okay, let's talk about Good aloe water. Let's talk about blowing up or building a healthier tribe. Because I really want to answer this question. And I think I really need to answer this question right now. Okay? Lorraine, I love you. Lorraine said, don't forget to order dry erase markers. Listen, dry erase markers. Okay. So y'all, that means that, well, they won't be here tomorrow because, you know, Amazon Prime takes 2 days, but they'll be here by Thursday. Okay. I love you, Lorraine. So, you've got to bring the heat. I have learned this principle very intensely in the past, I would say, 5 months. Okay. Let's go to what we got to feed our baby. You've got to feed it focus, and you've got to feed it. What's our P word? Let's see who's listening. What's the P word? I'm going to hide on the board so you don't see it. We've got to give our baby focus. What's the P word that we've got to give our baby? Let's see who comments. Make sure I hide it. Hide on the board so y'all don't see it. Uh-oh. Instagram got it. YouTube got it. Facebook got it. Passion. Let's define passion. Okay. Now remember, if you didn't get this time, don't worry. Don't worry. It's probably because you're doing a trial. So see, now you're in the trial, you're gonna be learning our words. Now, this is the equation we're gonna be rocking with for a very long time. We've got to feed our baby, which is our business, focus and passion. When you feed it focus and passion, it creates wealth. So I want you guys to really make sure, okay, that you guys memorize that because we'll be using it a lot. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about passion. What does passion actually look like in your business? Because this is actually going to answer Lindsay's question, but I think it's also going to answer a lot of your guys' questions when it comes to building a tribe. Okay. I love teaching on this. It's actually my favorite thing to teach about is passion, because it's something that I really have and I'm like a little firecracker. But I want you guys to get this because I really believe if you get this, it's going to transform a lot of things about how you build up this movement. Okay. So here's the thing about passion. Passion uncontrolled. Okay. Okay. This is big. Passion uncontrolled is an issue. It's a problem. Because you can have, if you think about it, passion's like fire, okay? Fire is great if it's used for the right things and in controlled circumstances, correct? Okay? So a lot of times, like, I got passion, but you're like a ball jumping all up on the walls everywhere, and it's not what? Focus. That's why focus is first. Because focus is what controls the passion to get the wealth. That's why we don't put passion first. Passion is actually not what you need. A lot of people, they think that if they have the passion, oh, that's awesome. No, you first need focus. Because it doesn't matter how much passion you have. If you don't have focus, it doesn't matter. Okay? People who are focused will accomplish more than someone who just has passion. I'm not sure if you guys get that. I can be passionate about English, but if I don't have the focus study for the test, it won't matter. Meanwhile, someone may not be passionate about English, but if they study all night, they're going to pass the test, right? So this is not about, oh, I got the passion. I love what I do. I really love what I do, right? That's why you actually have to be successful to love what you do. I mean, sorry, you don't have to love what you do to be successful, okay? So let's get to the point. Let's look at passion. I'm going to take out the S word because actually in my new book, the S word, did y'all hear about the announcement? Did y'all hear about this announcement with the S word today? We are changing this book. We're going to keep what's in it. We're adding a 52-week planner, a sales tracker and planner to this book. This book is about to really turn into literally, I think we're going to touch about 200 pages worth. So it's going to not just turn into a sales workbook, but a freaking planner. I love my creative mind. So that y'all about to get a whole money's worth. So if you have not gotten an S word, you better go over to genesisdorsey.com and click on the store and go get this thing before the price goes up. Okay, because when I add that planner in here, man, I'm shooting the price point up. Anyway, we're going to go to a section in here in the back. Well, it won't be the back anymore because we're about to add the planner. Let me go to a section. Hold on. And where's that? Discover your dreams. Hold on. Where's that? Where's that? Discover your passion. Here you go. It's in the workbook. We have discover your passion. Here's a question I asked. I think we got to start off with real quick. Okay. What does passion mean to you? You may think it's a very basic question, but no, it's not. What does passion mean to you? What does passion mean to you? How about you guys answer that real quick? Just shoot me some quick answers. What does passion mean to you? What does passion mean to you? When I say, oh, I'm a passionate person, what does passion, when you hear that word passion, what comes to your mind? I'm going to put some words that come to my mind. Okay. Fire. Excitement. Okay, when you hear the word passion, what comes to your mind? A deep desire to fulfill self. Okay. What else? Drive. Huh? See what else? Engaged emotionally. Fired up with emotion. The thing that drives me. Okay. Thing that drives me. Okay. So when we think about passion, it's funny, we think about emotions, the thing that drives us, drive, okay, fuel, a deep desire to fulfill self, engage emotionally. I put excitement, I put fire. Okay, so let's stop real quick. So when it comes to building a tribe, gathering people, a lot of times when I speak, let's say, I'm doing private trainings with staff, or I've done a lot of work, especially with churches with their creative staff and teaching them how to become a team and work together as a team. You've got to first understand why you do what you do. I think a lot of times we know what we sell, but we don't really understand what we're actually doing for the economy because we haven't really made it real to ourselves. Even the most insane person who sells the craziest stuff, they believe enough in their heart of what they're doing. And I think that for a lot of us, we have not become convicted enough about our concept. And so we are very light in our treading. I've seen people throw money into marketing and all this kind of stuff, but when the people come, there seems to be no fire and passion. Okay? And yeah, we're experts. We're giving them knowledge. We're giving them expertise. But knowledge and expertise are great. But what addicts people is passion. For me, for instance, I'm a huge sports fan. I've been a Lakers fan ever since I was in, back in 2004 or 5. Okay. And then when I got to college, my boyfriend at the time, he was a Lakers fan and he gave me a Lakers Ron Artest jersey. Okay. Cutest gift he ever gave me. Anyway, so the point was that, though, people join bandwagons, though, right? You join a bandwagon for a very favorite team. I've been a Lakers fan, and let me tell you something. I was a Lakers fan before LeBron showed up, okay? Before he showed up, okay? And guess what got me so hyped on my team? When you think about your favorite sports team, when you think about the team that you ride or die for, whether they sink or swim, because the Lakers, let me tell you something, we have been in a drought season, okay? We have been going through the miry brook of life, okay? We've been in the valley of the valleys, okay? Now everybody want to come over to our side, okay? But the point is that there is a sense of movement. Okay, what attracts someone to a brand is movement. No one's going to follow that. You could be an expert. You could be the brightest mind. But if there is not something that connects to the person that draws them in, they're not going to be that person. For me, I love Kobe and I love Shaq because there was something in them that I was like, man, I'm going to ride or die for the Lakers all day. This was before, again, everyone now was on bandwagon and called themselves a Lakers fan. You're not a Lakers fan. But guess what? They are, because guess what they did? They joined the bandwagon. Okay? Somebody said, okay? Well, the point is that they joined the bandwagon. People join bandwagons when there is this sense of momentum, right? That's how it works. There has to be a sense of momentum, a sense of energy, right? That people, they feel something. So the second thing is not just what is passion, but I'm going to ask you a question when it comes to your tribe. What do people feel? What do people feel when they watch you, when they connect with you? You don't have to be as fired up as I am, but there better be a fire that's communicated some kind of way. You don't have to be jumping off the walls like me. You don't have to have the big hair like me. You don't have to be Gigi, but you've got to be you. But that you that you communicate with, especially when you're the face of your brand, has to be something that has a feeling. Has to be something that exhibits complete confidence. A lot of people ask me, how come they're struggling in sales? I said, it's because you don't show up for yourself. So that means that you don't show up for your clients. You may be the best expert for your clients behind the scenes. But the thing about it is that in front of the scenes, people aren't latching onto you because there's nothing to feel like, yeah. I love them. When people follow me, guess what? Guess what the biggest, the number one thing people tell me? Gigi, you have such a fire. You're so bubbly. You're just so passionate. I can just tell you're in your zone. And I'm like, yeah, I love teaching. I don't think y'all understand. I'm telling you, I would miss a meal to teach y'all. Not too many meals though. Y'all see, I'm not gonna miss too many. I'm not gonna miss too many meals. I think maybe I need to miss some more meals. Okay, but the point is that I'm not. The point is that I love what I do. Okay, and when you're building a brand, remember that the side hustle may not be something that you love to do. Okay, but your business that you have started that you love to do and you want to build a tribe around, give them a feeling. Okay, give them confidence. Show up and upgrade. Miss Max says, I love your crazy. Girl, I love your crazy too. Show up and upgrade. You got to upgrade things along the way. If I showed y'all the video when I first got started here on this YouTube channel, woo! Listen, there's many times I just want to delete that video, but that video is actually what has brought the majority of my subscribers. It's I forgot how many views are there. You know what I mean? But I hated that video. I really do. I feel like I look a mess on that YouTube video. It has all those views. But I had a passion and people felt it. So people began to follow because they felt a momentum. And so what I want to ask you to do is I want you to show up and upgrade. What does that mean? I need you to show up with energy. I need you to show up with a focus. You sometimes you got to switch up how you do what you do. To give people a fresh breath, to give people a fresh voice, a fresh focus. For me, this is me showing up, me coming on. Of course, I'm not wearing any makeup, okay, but I think I still look cute, okay. But I'm not wearing makeup, but I'm the person where I'm, hey, we're gonna whip out the board. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna bring you some fire on tonight, okay. I'm gonna bring you confidence. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna do these things, and so no matter how. Even if you don't feel confident about your body, even if you don't feel confident about your smile, those things actually make up your identity that people are gonna actually fall in love with because it's you. It's someone who's real. You're a real person. You're not someone trying to create somebody else. This is you. So I'm short. I love big hair. I'm bubbly. This is me. This is my branded persona. This is what people fall in love with. You've got to use you as a leverage tool, okay? You've got to use yourself, okay, as a leverage tool. Oh, wait, there's my girl. Go for it. Yes. Go for it with your bad self. You've got to use you as a leverage tool, okay, to up your brand. I use myself myself as a leverage tool. I leverage me. I want you to leverage you. Switch up your game. If you have been someone who's been in the industry for several years, you've been kind of doing the same stuff, switch up your game. I mean, serious. Switch up your game. Switch up your game. Switch it up. Okay, create some new stuff, some new products, or some new freebies, okay, and bring a new look. Switch it up on people. I'm trying to tell you, switch it up on people. Switch it up. Okay, but then don't just switch it up, but expand your reach. That's the other thing you got to do. If you want to build a tribe, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. Okay? If you want to make more money, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. You can't have the same conversations with the same people for the same 3 months. You've got to switch up your comfort zone. You can't talk to the same people from the same neighborhood for the next 3 months. You got to switch up your comfort zone. Okay? I can't talk to the same circles for the next 3 months. I got to switch up my circles. Because a lot of times, too, we're getting stuck in our tribe because your tribe can only go where you go. See, the thing about my tribe is that I'm picking up people along the way. It's like I'm driving on the highway, literally I'm driving on the highway, and let's say we're going to do a big black Escalade because that's really my style. Range Rover is nice, but it's not big enough. So we're going to do the Escalade with an extended back. Okay, we're going to do the extra seat in the back, okay? And we're riding on all black, all black, all black. Of course, 2019, okay, black rims, okay? Probably maybe a matte paint, but let's go with gloss this time. Okay, so what I do is that I travel, okay, from different circles to pick up different people who love to, I'll put like this, who when you build a tribe, right, they want to come on. It's not like I'm saying, come on, get in my car, you must get in my car. No, I said, listen, we're doing some great things over here. You should join us. Yeah, you know what? I believe if you joined us, your life would be so much better. I think, you know what? I'm going to make your life so much sweeter. I'm going to give you so much fire, so much passion. Just come on, won't you? I don't force it because people say, you know what, Gigi? I could use some more passion. You know what, Gigi? I could use a little bit more fire. You know what, Gigi? You know what they do? They get in the car. And I pick them up. I say, come on, let's go. And then I ask them, hey, what do you want to learn? And they say, oh, Gigi, I want to learn this. Oh, Gigi, I want to learn that. That's what they say. Oh, Gigi. You know what I tell them? Okay, let's go. Right? And guess what? We keep on going. Okay? So here's the thing. Okay? And Lindsay, I'm going to say something that you're not going to like, though. I'm going to say something you're not going to like. And probably because I know you personally. And maybe. But are you using your situation to build leverage? If you don't like, this is so big. I'm not saying, Lindsay, that you change your circumstance. I am not saying, Lindsay, that because of where you are, you can't change it. I'm saying, why don't you use it for leverage? This is big. Like if I'm going through right now, things are not like how I want it to be. Let's say I don't have the energy that I have. Well, then you know what? Maybe I bring the energy through. Like let's say I don't want to do videos. So let's say I do podcasts. You know what I mean? Let's say, let's say, I'm not really feeling, let's say I'm not so much confident in my face right now, right? So you know what I'm going to do a whole bunch of podcasts or video teaching clips, and I'm going to deliver the heat on a consistent basis, right? I mean, you gotta find, listen, I'm not going to close out the door because I'm looking at what's in front of me. It's like when I always teach. People ask me, how do you get over the wall? I don't get over the wall. I just walk around it. I'm not going to sit here and think, you know what, how am I going to knock this wall down? How am I going to crumble? How am I going to hit the wall down? How am I going to do this? Why am I wasting time focusing on what's in front of me? You know what? Psh, let me walk around you. Okay? That's how I am. Okay? Listen, I built the best platform, right? In my worst situation. Girls of Realty, which actually connected us, Lindsay, was birthed in the worst year of my life. 2012 was the worst year of my life. It birthed the best thing in my life. Well, until I have kids, and then they'll be the best thing in my life, right? My husband. But I birthed the best thing out of the worst situation. So we're not going to waste time looking at, I'm not here to, I'm not, I love you, right? I'm just trying to build up your faith. We're not going to be here to focus on what, how I'm not feeling, what's not going on. I don't have time for that. Okay, I don't have time for that. What I'm going to focus on instead is what are the things that I can leverage for my now? Because this is why we got to look. If you only have $100, I'm not going to say, oh man, I wish I had 1,000. I'm going to say, you know what? I've got $100. That's 100 more than I would not have, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use what I can do to leverage. Okay, I'm going to use what I can do to leverage. So I'm going to say, you know what? I'm feeling weak. I may not have a lot of energy, but you know what? I'm going to count what's in my house. This is just, again, you may not be biblical. You may not be a Christian, okay? But we're going to still use some story examples. The woman in 2 Kings 4, she did not have a lot of oil. She only had 1 jar of oil. I can say, you know what? I'm about to go. My children are about to be sold. But no, let me do some inventory. You never quit. Just take inventory. Listen to me. I don't care if you're not religious. I don't care what you are. I don't care who you believe in. Listen, I don't care if you don't believe in anything. Listen, when you are low in life, don't you dare quit. Take inventory. Take inventory. You're going to say, you know what? I may not have a lot. I may not have everything that I need to do everything that I want. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with what I have, and I'm going to take inventory off of, let me look at my skill sets. Let me look on the things that I know. Let me look at the people that I know. Let me look at the things that I can do. I may not be able to go all around where I want to go. So how can I do and work the best with what I have? You may say, well, Gigi, I'm frustrated. I keep on doing what it is that I'm doing and it's not working. I feel like I'm hitting a wall. Well, guess what? We don't stare at the wall. What are we going to do? We're going to walk around the wall. So we're going to say, okay, well, it seems like I'm not building a tribe. Okay, well, let me listen to what Gigi's saying. Gigi's saying I need to bring the heat. I got to bring the heat to these people. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna pull out my laptop. I'm gonna go to the library. I may not have a computer at home, so I'm gonna go to the library. I'm telling you, when there's a will, there is a way. Okay, when there's a will, there is a way. So this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do because we're done. Because I believe y'all got this. When we talk about the fact of how do I, where are my scissors at, y'all? I just had them. How do I make the best out of the bad situation? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to end this video, okay? Because I was not going to do story time, but based on what my heart is feeling, we're going to do story time for entrepreneurs. But I'm not going to do it with this video because on my YouTube channel, I do these in separate video. So here's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to stay tuned. In the next 3 minutes, let's actually say 2, more like a 1 minute. We're going to go live here on YouTube and just on my personal Facebook because my phone just died. And we're going to do Storytime for Entrepreneurs because there's a book that came in today from Amazon for Storytime for Entrepreneurs. And it's just what I think Lindsay needs. It's just what some of y'all need to get encouraged on how to make the best out of no money. How to make the best out of bad situations. How to make the best. So y'all stay tuned. I'm going to go live again. I'm going to keep this thing going for just a little bit more. I'm going to read your story. We're going to be out of here. Okay, guys? See y'all later.